You ever line up at a stoplight, glance over at a regular-looking sedan or hatchback and think, there's no way this thing is quick, only to get completely dusted when the light turns green? That's the beauty of a sleeper car. These are the ultimate underdogs, cars that look mild but pack some serious performance under the hood. Today, we're counting down the top 10 sleeper cars that look slow but are crazy fast, starting with the most unexpected and working our way to the absolute king of the sleeper world. So buckle up, this is going to be fun. We're kicking things off with a car that nobody expects to be fast, a Toyota Camry. Yep, a Camry. Toyota's been making reliable family sedans for decades, but the Camry TRD takes things to a different level. It still has 4 doors, still looks like something your parents might drive, but under the hood? A 3.5-liter V6 with 301 horsepower and a surprisingly aggressive exhaust note. That's enough to launch this so-called boring car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds. It's not crazy fast, but it's way quicker than people expect. The best part? It looks like just another commuter car. Nobody will see it coming. To most people, the Chevrolet SS looks like a Malibu or an Impala, just another rental car or company vehicle. But this thing is secretly a muscle car in disguise. Under the hood sits a 6.2-liter LS 3V8 from the Corvette, making 415 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. Pair that with rear-wheel drive and an available 6-speed manual, and you've got a sedan that can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds. That's faster than a lot of sports cars, and yet most people wouldn't give it a second glance. If there's a perfect example of a modern sleeper, this is it. Yes, a Volvo station wagon is on this list, but don't laugh just yet, this is no ordinary grocery getter. The V70R came with a turbocharged 2.5-liter 5-cylinder engine, making 300 horsepower paired with an all-wheel drive system that gave it some serious grip. Back in its prime, this wagon could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds. It looks like a soccer mom's car. But it has enough power to surprise unsuspecting Mustangs at a stoplight. That's the kind of sleeper energy we love. The Ford Taurus SHO is another sedan that most people completely overlook. It looks like something a detective or an Uber driver would use, but under the hood? A twin turbocharged 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, making 365 horsepower. With all-wheel drive for maximum grip, this full-size sedan can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.2 seconds. And with a simple tune, these things can easily push over 400 horsepower, turning them into legitimate sleeper beasts. Nobody sees a Taurus and thinks fast? A Honda Accord? Yep. Honda has been hiding performance in their sedans for years, and the Accord 2.0T is proof. At first glance, it looks like a standard family sedan, but under the hood, it borrows the 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder from the Civic Type R. Good for 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. With the right transmission, a 10-speed auto or the rare 6-speed manual, this thing can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.5 seconds. And with a tune, it becomes a serious highway sleeper that can surprise much more expensive cars. Big, comfortable, luxurious, and dangerously fast. The Audi S8 is the perfect example of a sleeper. It looks like your average high-end business sedan, but underneath, Audi hid a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8, pushing out 563 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That's enough for this nearly 5,000-pound car to rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds. Let that sink in. A full-size luxury sedan moving at supercar speeds. If that's not the definition of a sleeper, I don't know what is. When most people hear Buick, they don't think fast. And that's exactly why the Buick Regal GS is one of the biggest sleepers on this list. The latest version comes with a 3.6-liter V6 making 310 horsepower and an all-wheel drive system for solid traction. That's enough to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.5 seconds. Respectable for a car that most people wouldn't even glance at. But if you go back a few years, the 2012 to 2017 model was even more of a sleeper. It had a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder that, with a few mods, could push well over 400 horsepower. Imagine getting gapped by a Buick. That's peak sleeper energy. If you don't know about the Volkswagen Golf R, you'd probably think it's just another compact hatchback. But this little thing packs serious heat. Under the hood, it's hiding a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder, making 315 horsepower paired with Volkswagen's 4Motion all-wheel drive system. With launch control engaged, the Golf R can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, putting it on par with cars that cost way more. It's quick, it's nimble, and it's one of the most underrated performance cars on the road. Most people see a Mercedes-Benz E-Class and think, oh, that's a luxury car. And while that's true, the E55 AMG is something else entirely. It came with a supercharged 5.4-liter V8 making 469 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, turning it into a monster disguised as a business-class sedan. Despite its elegant looks, this thing could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.3 seconds, outrunning plenty of so-called sports cars. And because it looks so tame, it's the perfect sleeper for those who prefer to keep their speed low-key. Taking the #1 spot is the Toyota GR Corolla, a car that redefines what a sleeper hatchback can be. Most people hear Corolla and think of a basic, fuel-efficient commuter car. But the GR Corolla is a different breed. It's a 300-horsepower all-wheel drive rally monster built by Toyota's Gazoo racing division. With a 1.6-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, a 6-speed manual, and a lightweight chassis, this thing can hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds. It's everything a sleeper should be, unassuming at first glance but ridiculously quick when it counts. If there's one car on this list that's guaranteed to surprise people, it's the GR Corolla. Sleeper cars are the ultimate way to have fun without drawing attention. They don't need flashy looks or loud exhaust to prove their speed. They just deliver when it matters. So next time you see one of these boring cars on the road, think twice before assuming it's slow. You never know when you're about to get gapped by a sleeper.